Hi, in this video I'm going to explain to you how to create an Alphabox, and you are going to be creating an Alphabox with the reading assignments you'll be doing out of your textbook for the first several weeks of the course. For example, in week 2 of the course, you're going to be reading chapters 1 and 2 of the textbook, and you're going to be creating one Alphabox based on both chapters 1 and 2. So, all of the information that I am going to show you about Alphaboxes you can find by going into the assignment space in Blackboard, which is on the left-hand menu. And if you click under Homework, and you go under the folder called Alphabox, you can find all the documents that I am going to talk about in this recording. Okay? So an Alphabox is basically a table that's set up like this, and each box within the table has a letter of the alphabet. So what you do to create an Alphabox is you complete your reading assignment. Let's say chapter 8 out of the textbook, which you'll be reading for week 3 of the class. So let's say that you read chapter 8 of your textbook. As you read chapter 8, or when you finish reading chapter 8, what you do is you try to find some sort of idea or concept or the name of a person, like a researcher or a teacher, who was mentioned in chapter 8, and you try to find a concept, idea, or person that represents each letter of the alphabet. So when you find an idea, concept, or person that matches a letter of the alphabet, you record that person's name or the idea or concept in the box corresponding to the appropriate letter of the alphabet. And you write a short blurb about what that person has done, what that person's known for, or you write a brief definition in your own words of that concept or idea that you identified. And you also include the page number where you found the information. So for example, in the old edition of the textbook that I used last year when I created this model Alphabox, one of the important concepts was background knowledge. So I decided to put background knowledge in my box for the letter B. And I wrote this little blurb about background knowledge. I wrote that new learning can occur when students draw upon their background knowledge. And I found that on page 20 of the old edition of our textbook. As another example, I found, let's see, home life to correspond to the letter H, and I wrote a child's home life and family background plays a role in his or her learning. I found that on page 5 of the textbook. So when you create your Alphaboxes for this class, I challenge you to find the name of a person or an idea or a concept that matches every letter of the alphabet. So I'm looking for you to complete the Alphabox for all the letters of the alphabet. The exception would be X, Y, and Z. I'm not sure how clearly you can see on your screen in this video, but again, I do have a PDF of this posted to Blackboard. For X, Y, and Z, you can choose which of those letters you want to put in the last box because, I mean, you're probably not going to find too many things that start with the letter X in your textbook. So you can just pick one of those, X, Y, or Z, for that last box. So again, I want you to write the name of the concept, idea, or person, a definition or an explanation of it, and then the page number where you found it. So for me, I think that I would say that I would save time on this if I filled out the Alphabox as I was reading the textbook chapter or chapters. You could also read the chapter through and then at the end go through it again and find different concepts, ideas, or people's names that match the letters of the alphabet. But I do think it would probably be a little bit more efficient to do it as you're reading. Okay, so that's an example of an Alphabox. I've also created a template for you to complete the Alphabox so that way you don't have to, start from scratch. I already have one made for you. So all you have to do is go into Blackboard. If you download here called Alphabox template right here, if you download that, this is what I'm showing you on the screen right now. So download that and use that to fill out your Alphabox. So you can type it up. Should be fairly easy to do. And as a reminder, all your homework assignments are submitted on the discussion board. For example, in the second week of class, you have one Alphabox that you should complete for chapters 1 and 2 of the textbook. It's due the end of the day on August 29th. You post that here. You go into week 2 homework, You create a thread, and you can then upload your Alphabox, and I will look at it and get it back to you and give you feedback on that. So I think Alphaboxes are pretty straightforward, and I think that you'll have fun with doing this. And as a reminder, some of the other note-taking techniques I'm going to teach you, like double entry journals and how to write a summary. I'm going to provide more information about those later on in the semester. But for now, work on the Alphabox. Thank you.